Race fans, welcome to the Great Sand Dunes, and this is the final broadcast of the VW Beetle Mania.
You're looking at the final 4 contestants out of the group of 16 that began, and my name is Richard Gere.
This is Aaron Tate.
We're not going to waste any more of your time. Let's get to the driver introductions.
In lane 1 is Lone Wolf Racing, and the driver is Rad Raxi. The navigator is Rob E. Hurt. They are from Arizona. Look at that weight distribution. Next to them in lane 2, we've got Cloak After Dark. The driver is Raw Sun God. Apotheca Death is the navigator. They're from Colorado. Now this guy looks pretty happy. It's Papa E, and he's waving his hands because I guess he's from North Carolina. E67 Diecast Racing. And then finally, we know Polo Racing. They're from Texas. The driver is Marco.
Polo! Okay, fans. Rad and Raw are closest to us. Raw and Apotheca next to Rad and Raw. Boy, all these names. Here we go. Let's get racing with race number 1. Boy, they're fast. And Marco Polo pulls out in the lead. Oh my goodness, he's really stretching the lead. He's well in front of the other drivers. And he has completed the dunes. There is Raw Sun God driving for Cloaked After Dark in second place. And Marco Polo has spun around just to see where his competition was. All 4 drivers finish. And it looks like we've got 2 on their wheels after the jump.
Race fans, this is an 8-round race. It really is a marathon, and so it's great to see Marco Polo get in the lead, but he's going to have to do that more often, as the scoring will be 4, 3, 2, and 1 for first through fourth place. Of course, a DNF is 0. And here we see a couple of drivers having trouble on the pretzel turn. There comes Papa E after spinning around, so he spins back forwards, but he will still take last place. All the drivers finish now. Because Rad and Marco Polo finished on their wheels, they get an extra point.
Yes, indeed. And so Rad and Raw took third place, but they have as many points as Raw and Apotheca, and that's because they had a successful jump. Marco Polo now is in lane 3, and he's pulling out a little bit ahead of the other drivers right now, and they're through the sand and coming over to the first dune. Marco Polo has a slight lead. He is stretching it now over Rad and Raw and Apotheca. Oh my goodness, Marco Polo somehow got stopped. Here comes Rad and Raw, Rad Raxi driving for Lone Wolf Racing takes first. And making it over, but on his side is Raw and Apotheca.
Well, race fans, it looks like a couple of surprises in race 2. There goes Marco Polo. He stretches out the lead once again, but entering the pretzel turn, you see he spins around, and he is stuck at the apex of the pretzel turn. There goes Rad and Raw. Oh, and there we see Papa E having trouble down in the valley. So he gets no points. 4 points plus a landing for Rad and Raw. That's going to put them in the lead with 8 after 2 races. And then we've got Raw and Apotheca in second place.
All right, folks, it's race 3, and the lights are starting now. To warn the drivers, Papa E is closest to us here. There we go. A good start by Marco Polo. He appears to have a slight lead, and he does. There goes Raw and Apotheca. And now they are really close with Marco Polo. Marco Polo has a slight lead as they exit the dunes. And here comes Raw and Apotheca. Oh, and he's gonna, okay, Marco Polo. Oh, he had the lead. And first place will go to Raw and Apotheca. I think Rad and Raw took second. What a finish.
Here on the pretzel turn, the leading drivers come through quite smoothly. But now take a look here as Papa E. Okay, there you see Marco Polo do a nice job in the valley. But Papa E gets a bit shooken up once again. Now he doesn't stop, but he's had trouble there. And here's where Marco Polo rode the rail too high, and he does get passed by both Rad and Raw, and there was Raw and Apotheca. So first place goes to Cloaked After Dark. Second will go to Lone Wolf Racing, and after 3 races, they maintain the lead with 11.
Yes, indeed. We're about to enter race number 4. I'll tell you what, things are really starting to heat up. Marco Polo is closest to us. Now, he's been very quick out of the gates. So there goes the green light and all the drivers making their way. But yeah, Marco and Polo pulls out in the lead. And he is first over the dunes. We've got Papa E on the outside. He's in second place. Rad and Raw are in third. And here we come around. Marco Polo is almost ahead of the camera. Nicely done. He'll take first place. Second. And look at that, all 4 drivers land on their wheels. Congratulations.
And this time all the drivers and the navigators did a great job. This is at full speed, and you can see just how fast they navigate through the course. Now you're going to see Rad and Raw And here they come in the picture, and they're challenged very much so by Papa E, but they maintain second. Papa E in third. And there goes Papa E. He does manage to stay on his wheels. Marco Polo and Cloaked After Dark have 12, but the leader is Lone Wolf Racing with 15.
Hey race fans, we hope you're enjoying the racing today.
We have a special exhibition race, and on my right, your left, is the Unobtainium from Numbskull Racing. Now the other one on the other side is from Milestone Diecast.
So let's race them on the dunes. Come on, baby, let's do it. And there's the green light. Now we're having fun here. We're giving the drivers a chance. Numbskull in the blue, who has the lead, he holds the record right now. He's the only driver on Chavano Mountain Raceway in his Unobtainium to set a 21-second time. Look at him flying as he pulls on ahead. Whoa, almost off the top surface. But he comes through and wins the first race over Dusty Miles. And there's a 16:07. Now that's not the record here on this track, but that sure is close. Now the record here was set by Blue Line Racing. Now here we go, race number 2. We're going to take a look and see, can Milestone Diecast stay up with Numbskull? Numbskull's awfully fast. He comes around, they both have smooth turns. Here comes Dusty Miles, he's got the lead and he'll win race number 2.
Oh, that's great, but Richard, we just got word that we're out of time, and we won't be able to have a tiebreaker race on number 3.
No, we gotta have one. Oh, come on. Well, then what's the point of this race?
Well, I think it's to show everybody that an Unobtainium car works on a dunes track.
What? That's about the lamest reason I can ever think of. Oh gosh, okay, it's race number 5, folks. We're in the second half of racing, and well, look who's gone out in front. From the outside lane is Marco Polo once again. Come on, guys, you're gonna have to catch up to him if you want to keep reeling him in. He's gone ahead of the camera. Okay, Papa E spun around. That's gonna slow him and Rad and Raw down. That Apothec of Death takes second. Raw's son got an Apothec of Death. And they all finished, though. That's a nice time. So did Raw and Apothec land on? Yes, they did, on their wheels.
Race fans, just like in race 1, Marco Polo blasts on ahead like he's cleared for takeoff. And here come the other drivers. Now we've got Papa E in second place there, followed closely by Rad and Raw, but he spins around and those two get tangled up. And just when it looks like they've got themselves righted, Cloaked After Dark, that's Raw and Apothec, navigate into second place. There we see what happened with Marco Polo crashing. All the drivers come through, and the only one to finish on their wheels was Raw and Apothec. Oh my goodness, race fans, after 5 races, we have a 3-way tie at 16.
Who do you think's the favorite?
I think Marco Polo is the favorite, and now he's got to stay wheels down, no DNFs.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I like Rad and Raw. Their driver just doesn't make mistakes, period. 3 races left, this is when it counts. And they're coming through the rocks and over logs, and Marco Polo has the lead. And they're right next to him is Papa E on the outside. Marco Polo is stretching the lead. Let's see how he does around the turn. He does great. And Marco Polo is screaming along ahead of the others. First place for Mr. Marco Polo. Second place for Rad and Raw. Cloaked After Dark takes third. And Marco Polo is set up for the train. Where is the train? Billy, where's your train? Wait a minute. Race fans, we just got word that he stopped the train he doesn't want to hit.
Well, you know, Richard, no one has hit the train after 6 races, so leave it up to Marco Polo, who was the leader. There he goes. And there you see how Papa E had trouble around the apex of the pretzel turn. He's going to make his way down and finish, but it's just not been his day today to stay up with the competition. There's Rad and Raw. They maintain second place after sneaking just ahead of Cloaked After Dark. There's 1 on his wheels, and there's 2 on his wheels, and let's see what happens. He finishes. So all 3 have finished, all 4 have finished on their wheels, leaving the scores with Marco Polo in the lead by 2. Rad and Raw have 20, and Raw and Apothec have 19. Fans, we got 2 races left.
It couldn't have gone any better for Marco Polo there, finishing in first, and getting 2 more points in addition to that. Race number 7 is underway. Boy, they're very tight through the woods, and now over some of the logs. It's a 3-way battle. Boy, these drivers up front are looking tight. It's hard to tell who's in the lead. It looks even, but no, Marco Polo just whips out ahead, and there he goes. He is just throwing it down. Rad and Raw are in second place. Raw and Apothec in third. There's fourth place. Oh, no. Marco Polo did not land on his wheels. My goodness.
Well, race fans, begin here on the right-hand side of the pretzel turn and take a look as Papa E tries to take the inside line, and Rad and Raw close it down quickly. Raw and Apotheca have to take the hillside, and that's where Raw and Rad, or Rad and Raw, pull ahead. They take second place and land on their wheels. There's a 2-point gap still between them, Lone Wolf Racing, and Marco Polo. But fans, this is the final race.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed on the scoreboard, Marco Polo has 5 first-place finishes. And now he's only 2 points ahead. He's on the inside lane, race 8. The final race has begun. And Marco Polo, look at him go. Boy, he is driving aggressively. Raw and Apotheca are on the outside. They look good. It's not going to matter, though, if Marco Polo finishes. Wow, he got some airtime. Through the valley, onto the half-pipe, Marco Polo. Win number 6 for him. Ron Apotheca in second place. Rad Raxi and Robbie Hunt take third. And there is Papa E in fourth.
Well, race fans, let's take one more look at the instant replay as you watch just how efficient Marco Polo was as he makes his way onto the dunes out of the woods area. And as we've seen throughout the entire 8-round race, Marco Polo had the most speed coming off of the high country area. And ladies and gentlemen, Marco Polo has come back with a vengeance in the second half. Races 5 through 8, he wins them all and wins the gold.
Wow, what a day. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being a part of this racing, a part of the VW Beetle Mania, and the bronze medalist. On my left is... Oh, Billy, you just ruined the medal presentation. Let's see, Wolf After Dark, and who's our silver medalist? Yeah, Bill, you ruined it again.
Are you tracking?